Most guys don't even realize this, but the environment that you choose to keep on a day-to-day basis is way more important for you achieving your goals than you even realize. Today, I want to kind of break down and go into a little bit about what a bad environment can do, the 3 different types of environments that you can pick from every single day, and how you can optimize your environment to allow you to achieve really, really good results with your health and fitness, with your weight loss, with your mindset, whatever it may be that you're working towards. And to kind of demonstrate this a little bit, I'm going to pull up notes on my screen and I'm going to write stuff and make doodles as we go through this. I want to use the thing that we use inside my program, the Life Lift Repeat project. It's called the Iron Mind Blueprint, to kind of explain the principles behind it. Before I do, I want to start with like a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of a personal story about something that happened to me about 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was now. So I used to work in a job for the purpose of not getting cancelled and people finding out who I'm talking about. It's not worth the effort and energy. I'm not going to name drop. But a couple of years ago, I worked in a job and the job itself was actually not that bad of a job. I quite enjoyed it. I did enjoy going to the job. The problem was when I was in the job, there was a person or 2 people who worked there who were so negative. They were so negative about everything. They had a problem or complaint to say about anything. They didn't really care what the situation was. They complained about it. And as a result of me turning up to that environment every day, I ended up a number of different things. First thing is I end up lazy. I'm not a lazy person. I will graft and I will work my ass off for what I'm due. I work for myself now, but back then when I worked for other people, I'd always give 100% when I was on every single shift. I got lazy. I stopped doing the basic stuff that I was supposed to do in my day-to-day life because it was rubbing off on me and I was seeing that this other person wasn't doing it. I also got very negative. I got really down on myself. Whenever I was on shift with that person or people, I hated every minute of it. I didn't want to go into work that day. Felt like shit. And it rubbed off on me and it really rubbed me up the wrong way. And it spilled over into my everyday stuff as well because I was missing out on training sessions as a result because I was going in and I was like, oh, here we go. This is going to be a shit day. It was building up in my head. It was draining my energy and I had no energy to train in on the other side of it. So as a massive knock-on effect, the people that you spend your time around, but it's not just people. There is 3 different types of environments that you can surround yourself in that I want to speak about that are going to completely change the game for you if you can nail every single one of them. So the first one is your physical environment. And this is literally what I was just talking about. Whoops, I'm going too far down. Physical environment is how your home, how your work, or even your routines that you set up every single day affect your everyday life. So that's your physical one. The second one is your social environment. So your social environment is how you interact with people around you. So people, your friends, your family, so on and so forth. So if you hang around with a bunch of guys and all they ever want to do is loads of drugs, go out at the weekend, get super fucking drunk, then guess what? Guess what happens? You're going to be that guy who goes out at the weekends, gets drunk, does a load of drugs 95% of the time because that's all you're exposed to. If you come from a family who are rich, there's a high likelihood that you're probably going to end up rich because you've seen what it's like to live a rich lifestyle. Now, there's always the outliers on this situation, but for the most part, these are probably the norms. There's a saying, and I absolutely love it, and I use it whenever someone says, oh, you've changed or anything like that. The saying goes, if you hang around with pigs, you're eventually going to start smelling like shit. This is very true for your social environment as well. And the third environment is your digital environment. And this, I feel the digital environment is one of the biggest things nowadays. This is the one that is getting most people. Digital is social media, your phone, your laptop. This is your digital environment, what we're currently doing. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, if you're watching this as a YouTube video or a video on Spotify or whatever, you're in my digital environment right now. And to be in someone's digital environment is to depend on what you're going to consume. So we've all been guilty of this. I know I've certainly been guilty of this in the past, when you're scrolling down through Instagram all day, but you're not actually taking in any useful information. You're literally just scrolling for the sake of scrolling because you're bored. Or if you've just put up a post, you might click into Instagram every now and again to see the likes, just to see who's clicked on like for you. So you see how many likes you've got. All stuff that I've done in the past. That's your digital environment. You can optimize every single one of these, all three of them. You can optimize them in a way, that's a terrible drawing, by the way, but you can optimize all three of these in a way that sets you up for success in life. And I want to explain it and talk you through how you're going to optimize them. So your physical, oh, it's a terrible pen. Let's change the color on it. So your physical home life, it's not working for me now. This is not ideal. There we go. Physical. That's not how you spell physical. Your physical home life and work life, to optimize this. Well, if you're working a job that you cannot fucking stand, you leave. Okay? And I'm not telling you to go and quit your job tomorrow, but if you're in a physical job that you cannot stand, you've got certain things that you can do to get away from a shit job. So to get away from a shit job, you could upskill. When I say upskill, you can go to college, you can do an online course, any of this sort of stuff. You can do all of that to upskill so that you can find a new job. That's the first thing. If you're in a toxic relationship, for instance, then what you can do is, I know it's easier said than done, but you can leave the relationship, leave again. You can stay in the relationship if you want. You can go to relationship counseling. Not how you spell counseling, but we're going to run with it. And so on and so forth. And what else have we got in here? Your routine is shit, as in you wake up every morning and you go straight to the fridge and you eat a massive box of donuts, then you can change your routine. So you can change your routine. And there's several ways for you to change your routine. I'm not going to go into it too in-depth today, but that's just a couple of examples how you can change your physical environment. In terms of social is the people and your family. So you cannot change your family, unfortunately. But again, you can work on things with your family. So you can set boundaries. When it comes to setting boundaries, I'll tell you an example of the boundaries that I currently have. I have certain times in the day, because I run my own business, when I will only be working. And then I have certain times in the day when I'll go home and I'll spend time with my partner, and I'll spend time with my daughter, and I'll spend time with my mom, and I'll spend time with my brothers. There's certain times of the day when I'm going to do that. I've set boundaries there. You can set boundaries. You can also learn to say no. I've done a previous episode in the past talking about how you can say no, the power of saying no. But you do not have to say yes to every single social event that people ever ask you to go on. I've been asked on a couple of different social events coming up over the next couple of weeks, and I've said no to every single one of them. And the reason I've said no to all of these events is purely because I don't want to go. It won't serve me. I'm going to spend a load of money. In the meantime of spending a load of money, I'm going to end up wasting a load of time. I'm probably going to drink at those occasions, which I don't want to do anymore. I'm going to be fucking hungover. It's just not worth my time, effort, or energy. So I said no to it. And when we're talking about digital, this is your social media, your phone, your laptop. You can be selective with who you watch, who you follow. Highly recommend listening to me on the Life Lift Repeat podcast all the time on my YouTube channel. I know, but you can be selective with the people you choose to look at online. You can use blockers on certain times of the day to stop you from going into your apps and letting it take over all of your life and letting it just completely spill over into everything that you're doing every day. On top of all of that, you can just literally make a plan at the start of the week on what you're going to do. So plan ahead on what you're going to use your phone for. Are you going to use it for this? Are you going to use it for that? Check your screen time. So check your data. If you don't check the data, this is one of the big things that I tell all the guys inside the Life Lift Repeat project to get really good at doing, is checking data when it comes to your training, your nutrition, your health. Check your data on your phone. See how much time you're wasting on each different app and fix it. Get working on it. So that's the 3 areas of environment that you need to work on. And if you can focus on nailing every single one of these, you're going to level up as a person, as a man, and you're going to become the man that you want to become rather than staying stuck where you are right now. 95% 99.9% of the time, the reason why you're not able to make progress, the reason why you're stagnating, the reason why you're struggling is because one of these, or if not two or three of these, is out of place. Your environment is dictating how you act. So fix your environment right now, and I guarantee you'll start winning. You'll start making massive, massive progress. If you don't, you can come back to me and you can tell me that I'm an idiot. But I know damn well you will start making progress if you can fix your environment. Okay, so environment is not just where you spend your time, it's everything around that. There's three different things that we've broken down. And inside the Life Lift Repeat project, this is the system that we're using. This is the way that we're teaching it for the Iron Mind blueprint. Nail your environment, you will win on all areas of life, not just your health and fitness. So I'm going to say thanks a million for listening along to this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this, please send it to them. That's how we can grow this. Otherwise, speak to you very soon.